Hey, good morning. George Williams Sr. here. Hey, I wanted to share with you a simple emergency survival tool. And it's something that you can put in your first aid kit in case you need to get rescued or you need signal for help or something like that. That's simply something reflective, a mirror. But a lot of people don't know how to use it. They think that they just, blink it around. Well, I got these. These came out of an old computer. They're the discs in where you slide the CDs in. And what's nice about them is they got a hole in the middle so you can hang on to them. They're very reflective, as you can see there, and they're not sharp. You can't cut yourself with them. They're nice and rounded. I don't know if they're plastic or metal or glass or whatever they are, but they're very user friendly. You're not going to cut yourself. You're not going to cut your bag, your backpack, your dry bag, or whatever. I suggest you put them in your first aid kit. And they've got a hole in the middle, so you can use the hole to spot what you're doing. But what I like to do is I like to use my hand. I like to put my hand like this so I have a target. So if I'm in trouble and search and rescue is looking for me and say a helicopter's flying by, how do I get my mirror to reflect the sun? See it shining on my truck there? How do I hit my target? How do I get the helicopter to see that? So what I do, first thing I do is put my hand up, and in the crux of my hand, right here, I aim that at what I'm looking at. So if the helicopter's flying by, I'm going to move my hand and keep the helicopter in this area of my hand. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my reflector and I'm going to shine it on my hand. You see it shining on my hand? And then if my target is in that zone, I can take my reflector and I can move it up and down at my target and flash at them. So my sun's way over here. Say my target's above my truck. There's my truck. If that's a helicopter and it's 1,000 feet, 2,000 feet in the air, or 500 feet in the air, how am I going to know I'm getting that pilot's attention? I'm going to put my hand up and I'm going to reflect it like that. Bob it up and down, side to side, keeping my target in this zone. So basically, what the pilot's going to see is I'm going to aim it. I'm going to get my light on my hand because now I know where my light is, and I'm going to aim it at my target, and that's what the pilot's going to see. Very bright flash. So if you're lost and you're on the ground and you wave that thing up and down like that, helicopter pilot, search and rescue, they're all going to see that kind of stuff. Super simple, something reflective, something easy. These came out of an old computer. They're not sharp, they're durable. Stick them in your first aid kit. They got a hole in them, so it's easy. Now the hole, some kits say use the hole and you target your hole, and when your light, when your target is in your hole and you span your light, that works occasionally. But what if the sun's over here but my target's over there? What I'm going to do is now I've got to take this thing and I got to find the sun and I got to re-angle this thing to hit my hand. So I got to get out of the way of the sun, re-angle this thing, and then I can move my hand, pop that up and down, and the sun's behind me, so I got to pay attention where my head is. I don't block the sun, and I can target, and as the helicopter moves, I can follow it. Super simple, quick, and easy way of doing it. Just get your hand up, line up on your target, get your reflection on your hand, and boom. Send a signal. Cheap and easy way, simple way to do it. You can use whatever you want to use. I like these because, like I said, they're user-friendly, safe. They're not going to cut up my bag or my dry bag. Slip them in my first aid kit. Easy to hold. So if you're holding something slippery on the outside, it's easy to drop. This I can hook my finger in it. Very reflective. So, quick survival tip. If you're out in the woods, you should always carry something. If you're in an area that's dry, flare gun can start a fire, and that can cause all kinds of problems for you before you're even rescued. So, simple, reflective something, mirror, something shiny, reflective that can capture sunlight and get you rescued before you have a dire emergency situation. All right, George Williams Sr., tips on survival, wilderness adventure when you're out in the woods. Remember, there's no reset button when you go into nature. You deal with what's handed to you. And it's either a fun, memorable experience, or it becomes a survival experience where you're going to have to face a life and death situation and make life and death decisions. So be safe out there, keep backpacking, keep kayaking, keep exploring, keep going out in the woods and the countryside. Enjoy life. Talk to you later.